Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our MISAT Bulletin, and we shall start with our headlines. KSA says Iran's supply of rockets to Houthis military aggression. USA calls for North Korea to make a deal. And moving on to our details, starting with Sanaa's crisis. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said on Tuesday that Iran's supply of rockets to militias in Yemen is an act of direct military aggression. Saudi state news agency SPA quoted the Crown Prince as saying the supply of rockets to the Iran-allied rebel Houthi movement could constitute an act of war against the kingdom. This comes after Saudi Air Defense Forces intercepted a ballistic missile they said was fired towards Riyadh on Saturday by the Houthi militia. Meanwhile, Saudi Foreign Minister Adel al-Jubayr accused the armed Lebanese Hezbollah group of firing the missile at Riyadh from Houthi-held territory. On to Saudi-Lebanese relations, Saudi Arabia sent its harshest threat to the Lebanese government on Tuesday, accusing it of declaring war against the kingdom through support that Hezbollah allegedly provides to Yemen's rebels. Saudi Minister for Gulf Affairs Thamir al-Sabhan said the situation was very sensitive and worrying, and that the Saudi patience over Hezbollah was running thin. He told Al Arabiya TV that the party of Satan has become a tool of killing and terrorism for the kingdom. Sabhan added that the Lebanese people should be aware of the dangers before we reach a point of no return. On to Cairo, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi told CNBC over the weekend that he respects the country's constitution, which places a limit of 2 4-year terms on the presidency. Referring to the provision in Egypt's 2014 constitution permitting presidents to serve no more than 2 4-year terms, President al-Sisi said, "We will not interfere with it." President al-Sisi told the American news channel in an interview published on its website late on Monday, saying, "It doesn't suit me as a president to stay one more day against the will of the Egyptians." He also told CNBC that the next presidential elections will take place around March or April 2018. In Afghanistan, 2 attackers, one of them a suicide bomber, struck a local TV station in Kabul on Tuesday, killing at least 2 guards. The Interior Ministry said the casualties were a male and a female security guard at Shamshad TV. Moreover, the Public Health Ministry said 21 more people were wounded in the attack and taken to hospitals, while the Islamic State group claimed responsibility for the assault. Also on Tuesday, gunmen killed 2 people in the city of Herat, including a provincial council member. It's worth mentioning that last Tuesday, an IS suicide bomber struck near the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, killing 5 and wounding at least 20. On the other side of the world, President Donald Trump abandoned his aggressive rhetoric toward North Korea on Tuesday, signaling a willingness to negotiate as he urged Pyongyang to come to the table and make a deal. President Trump, in his first day on the Korean Peninsula, again pushed Pyongyang to abandon its nuclear weapons program, but sidelined apocalyptic threats for an optimistic note, saying that ultimately it will all work out. President Trump, during a news conference alongside South Korean President Moon Jae-in, said it makes sense for North Korea to come to the table and make a deal that is good for the people of North Korea and for the world. Meanwhile, hundreds of South Koreans took to the streets of Seoul on Tuesday for 2 separate demonstrations, one to show support for visiting President Donald Trump and the other to voice disapproval of the U.S. leader amid concerns over North Korea's nuclear threats. Hundreds of anti-Trump protesters rallied near the U.S. Embassy and accused the president of raising tensions with North Korea and pressuring Seoul to buy more U.S. weapons. Across the street, hundreds of Trump supporters waved the U.S. and South Korean flags when Trump's motorcade passed by the 2 protest groups for a meeting with South Korean President Moon Jae-in. Finally, economic news. Global stocks mostly rose on Tuesday amid news of corporate deals. France CAC 40 was down 0.1% to 502, while Germany's DAX rose 0.1% to 13,475. London's FTSE 100 shed 0.2% to 7,545. On Wall Street, futures for the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.1%, while those for the Standard & Poor's 500 were flat. Moreover, Tokyo's Nikkei 225 jumped 1.7% to 22,937.60, and the Shanghai Composite Index rose 0.7% to 3,413.57. Sydney's S&P ASX 200 added 1% to 6,014.30. And before ending our news, let's take another look at the most important headlines for today. KSA says Iran's supply of rockets to Houthis military aggression. USA calls for North Korea to make a deal. And this was the end of our Midside Bulletin for today. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow in a new bulletin.